Yeah, and I feel that we're giving you this platform where, and especially when the Americans seem, some of the stuff I'm hearing from the American press and fans is really out of this world. Um, what can you say about? Do you think there's going to be a Wilder v Fury 3?
Honestly, I don't care.
What it do, what it do is 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles Jack. Okay, man. This is long, I mean long overdue. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Breland is the Judas of boxing. Yep. He's the Judas of boxing. Mark Breland been real quiet lately. I just want to dive into it, man. Look, you know what the channel is, and you know what the motherfucking do. Let's get to the shit. Before I even get to Mark Breland, it's some shit I see, and it's some shit I heard. Tunde, and Spencer Fearon, shout out to you. I actually like the brothers. Yeah, and I was actually glad. Yeah, I saw you when you were fucking with Trill and you brought him on your show. I thought that was a great thing, and shout out to you for that. Shout out to you that you came over here and fucked with us. But now, pimping, we gotta get some shit understood. I'm for black folks in America, first. Yeah, for my ancestors, the 500 years. Yeah, that come first. That's near and dear to my heart. I'm a product of those, my ancestors. Yeah, I'm a product of slaves. So yeah, that come first, and then the Latinos and because they black too. And then yeah, brothers in Africa and brothers everywhere else, and yeah, brothers all around the world. I love my people all around the world, but I got a distinct because it's in my blood. Yeah, what my people went through, that's in my blood. That's in my DNA. I am a slave. That's in our blood. That's why we born in fear. Yeah, and we born with pain deep inside of us that we don't understand. Yeah, that's why most of us cry and break down in church and stuff like that. Yeah, that be pain from deep down inside. But yeah, that's just a little brief low. But now y'all gotta stay the fuck out of our business. Now this some American business, and you should have never interviewed Mark Breland. For one, y'all interviewed him and you already had an opinion of him. It wasn't that you was just unbiasedly asking those questions. You were agreeing and you were saying it's ridiculous what the allegations and your reputation. You were calling everything about Wilder ridiculous and his fans are ridiculous. Stay the fuck out our business. You motherfuckers never went through the struggle. Let me tell you something. I know it's a struggle everywhere for black folks. It's different in America. They don't fuck with y'all kids in the UK. They fuck with our kids. Yeah, a 13-year-old black kid can get shot any day by the police. Yeah, and they'll say, we thought he was grown and he looked like a threat. We thought he had a gun on. Yeah, some shit like, y'all kids get killed. And they turning out, yeah, you can be 12 and get your dick cut off now. So, yeah, it's a lot of weird shit they doing to our kids. They don't fuck with y'all kids. Yeah, and the hate is different. So, yeah, y'all ain't qualified to speak on shit that go on in America. And I know those allegations sound so ridiculous. It's a lot of other shit that sound ridiculous that you wouldn't believe, but it go on in America. Yeah, how the laws give us dope and lock us up about 6 months later after we done kind of came up a little bit. Yeah, and little shit like that. And, you know, it's a lot of sick shit and crooked shit to go on over here that you don't know nothing about. So you motherfuckers can't speak on it. So, yeah, we got our own struggle, and it's way different from y'all's. So you can't speak on Wilder's struggle, and you said some other shit that really made me, the Alabama grits comment, and how he come from nothing, and and he had a lot of yes men around. What do you know about his camp? What do you know about his team? Don't speak on shit that got to go on in America, bro. You don't know nothing about this. And you don't know Wilder, but you spoke like he was just ridiculous and just making excuses and all that. And let's talk about the fundamentals that y'all all love to talk about. You motherfuckers never mentioned fundamentals until the second fight. Fundamentals. Let's talk fundamentals. I've only seen one fighter outbox Wilder, and that's Ortiz. In both fights, he outboxed him. That's the only fighter. Every other fighter, Wilder outboxed him. He outboxed him. He outjabbed him. He always controlled distance. He was never down in the score. Name a fighter. Who? Spilker? And all he was doing was moving good. He wasn't putting up no points, though. There's no fighter that has beat him on points besides Ortiz. So when you talk fundamentals, So I just look at that shit, but you motherfucker, it's a lot of fighters right now that we celebrate and promote that ain't got no fundamentals. But they get cheered for. Pitbull Cruz has no fundamentals. But we don't talk about it. So yeah, you motherfuckers better leave my people alone. Stop fucking with us. Yeah, stay out our motherfucking business and stay out this sauce. This sauce is way different. The flavor ain't the same. This shit thicker. This shit get deeper. Yeah, and this shit a lot more soulful, pimping. So yeah, stay out our sauce. Stay the fuck out our goddamn sauce. Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to your channel. And like I said, you fucked with Trill, and shout out to that. But now, don't speak on our business over here. And you really was uplifting a white boy. Yeah, you was uplifting Fury. That's all y'all. But all y'all together, y'all were just sitting there praising a white boy and defeating a black king. So yeah, that's all that shit was. Let's get to Judas. Mark Breland. Yeah, you got any trainers? You got any fighters you try? What fights you got coming up? Meanwhile, Wilder is back. He got a pay-per-view fight coming up. He finna make probably 20, 30 more mil. Yeah, that's just a regular check for, Wilder. Let me tell you something. I bet you missed them checks. I know you did. You missed them goddamn checks. Let me tell you something. I know for a fact you missed them goddamn checks. Yeah, you missed them checks. And you missed the attention you was getting. Yeah, because let me tell you something, you was more famous as a Wilder's trainer than you ever was as a fighter. Because you was only a good fighter. You was never great. Let me tell you something, Pimpin'. Wilder's great. That's the difference. I told you, idols do become rivals. Some of you old motherfuckers, when a young lion come on the scene and he got some power, some shit you never really had, and can knock a motherfucker out cold with one punch, I know it fucked with you. Yeah, it fucked with you. And that's why you did what you did, and you made a deal with the white boy. Yeah, you made a deal with the white boy. And I know he cut you a check, but I guarantee you, them Wilder checks. Yeah, you missed them Wilder. Cause that white boy check that he gave you for doing the shit you did, that shit done ran out. That shit done ran out. You probably owe money now. Yeah, you desperate right now. Yeah, I bet you living real bad. And I saw your little dust ass when you was at who was that? Running Shields gym. Yeah, you was out there in Houston, trying to steal Jamal. Jamal don't want to train. Nobody wants to train with you. That's why I told you, motherfuckers. It's not hard to see, bro. Y'all don't notice it. How Fury Country don't even fuck with him. How he doped out at all the fights. If you a do dope, you a cheat, bro. A dope fiend ain't honest. They gonna get over. That's what Fury does, bro. And when you look at Mark Breland, the fighters don't want to be trained by him. because they know this shit like a sorority. Everybody know everybody business. Yeah, shit like the dope game, man. They know. They just was scared to speak on it. Now everybody was scared to lose that check from that white boy. So yeah, everybody know what it is. Because if they didn't, Mark Breeden would have all kind of fighters. No. He got no fighters or notoriety. When the last time you seen him in the corner of somebody in a big fight? It was only Wilder, pimping. Like I said, I know you missed them checks. But yeah, you the Judas of boxing. Yeah, you fell for it. It was mostly envy. It wasn't even the fact. It wasn't even about the check that the white boy cut you, because he only gave you a couple mil. He didn't give you that much. White boy threw you some crumbs and you ate it up like a little baboon. Yeah, you's a orangutan, motherfucker. So yeah, you ate it up, and it wasn't about that. It was more about you seen a young lion doing shit you could never do, and you got envious. He made money you never made. He got pay-per-view fights. You wish you had that shit. I told you it's that old school youngster shit. Yeah, I told you how the old motherfuckers still want to fuck like the youngster and still want to get a young woman. And no, don't no young woman want an old motherfucker. She don't want you, bro. She want your check. So yeah, reality set in. It was a jealous thing. You were jealous of the youngster, man. You were jealous of a young king, and you seen the opportunity to take him down, and that's what you did. And it cost you. Nobody in boxing fucks with Mark Breeden. When the last time you seen somebody ask Mark Breeden about a fight and his prediction and his thoughts? Huh? When the last time you heard anybody mention Mark Breeden? So that's what happened. That's the same thing that happened to Judas. Yeah, nobody talks about Judas no more after he betrayed Jesus. Yeah, you'll hear about Peter, you hear about a lot. Nobody really even talks about Judas. Yeah, you forgotten just like Judas. So yeah, that's what happens when you sell out. That's what happens when you betray your people. So black folks, stay strong. Don't betray your folks. And when you're on the job, don't be telling on other brothers. Just do your goddamn job and pay attention to what the fuck you got to do. This is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.